we were getting shot at and we were shooting. And so that was scary and we all should have died, but we didn't. It's taken both arms to do this. And I'm trying to get it and set it and lock it so I can grab my M4. And I tried to do that. If they see this guy, he's just going to be like, oh, there they are, kill him. And I got trucks rolling in, multiple trucks. And I'm like, dude, this is bad.
What were some of your most memorable near-death experiences, and how did you mentally overcome whatever happened and be able to perform through that?
So one of the most memorable I refer to as my walk through the valley of the shadow of death. That comes out of Psalm 23, but I have commandeered it and applied it to this story. We had just been in a near ambush. This is right next to the Pak border in Afghanistan. We had gone up a road, which was actually a dried up creek bed that even in our, amazing Humvees, getting up to 4 miles an hour without high centering or blowing out a tire or getting stuck, you'd be doing very good to go 4 or 5 miles an hour. So this is extremely difficult terrain to negotiate. And so we got ambushed and whatnot. And so that was scary, and it was a zone contact and fight. And that was a near-death experience. But that wasn't the one I was going to tell. Is it all right to skip that whole story?
Skip it.
Okay. So, and that was where we were getting shot at and we were shooting. And so that was scary and we all should have died, but we didn't. It was the next day. We were going to go do a sensitive site exploitation we're going to recon that area where it all went down. Why? I don't know. We're just going to go take a look at it. Now that didn't make too good a tactical sense, except that we just really lit some dudes up the day before who meant to kill us, and we killed them instead. So that went very, very well. I credit the entire grace of God because it was a pretty miraculous thing. You shouldn't live through a near ambush, and we didn't just live through it. We crushed. And so that was cool. You're going to make me go back, aren't you?
I'm going to make you go back. This sounds interesting.
All right, okay.
Walk us through it.
Okay, sure. So I am lead driver at that time, which sounds a little bit lowly because at that time I was a team leader. So I think I'm a sergeant at this point, and I am driving down this terrible road. I'm vehicle number 1 in a convoy of at least 4 or 5 trucks. As I'm going down, I have all of a sudden incoming, boom, huge explosion, front right, and my tire is just exploded. It's gone. I don't know whether it was an RPG or IED. I don't know to this day, but that's what happened. And then automatic gunfire from both sides, elevated position starts raining down on us. And so that's really, really bad. Near ambush means inside hand grenade range. Now, nobody had a tape measure, but just based on proximity and later intel of it was right on that line of they were close, and I'd already walked up that terrain the day before on the right side. And so I did what I was supposed to do. As a team leader and a sergeant at that time, you want somebody reliable who's going to do the right thing as driver. The driver in one of these Humvee trucks, if you is target number 1 to the bad guy. If you've got a vehicle convoy going through someone and you kill the lead driver and you shut him down, then the whole convoy stops. Then you kill the rear driver, and then it's just kill all the fish in the barrel. So there's the bookends. Kill that driver, kill everyone in between. And so I am selected to be the driver because I was a good driver and I was aggressive and I knew how to use the vehicle as a weapon and to take care of the guys, and I'm not going to lock up, I'm not going to freeze up. And so when this happened, it was really difficult for me because I wanted to fight, but I did the right thing and I punched it. And that means get off the X. If you're ever in an ambush, military tactics 101, get off the ambush, get out off the X. Don't fight through the X, get off the X. And so I punched it and got off the X. And so that's tough because I'm I got this steering wheel and it's wanting to favor right because I don't have a front tire. So it's taking both arms to do this. And I'm trying to get it and set it and lock it so I can grab my M4. And I tried to do that and there was no chance of doing that. And then there's this 50 cal from the Ma Deuce up in the turret that has somehow jumped out of the can and it is hitting me in the face as we're driving through this. And it's just a nightmare and all gunfire's going out all over the way. Anyway, we got down, punched around the corner, dismounted, got down low behind whatever cover we could find, which was just little rocks and pieces of defilade. At that time, we saw some of the bad guys who had ambushed us on the left side had kind of gone around the military crest of this. They lit us up from distance now, and then we put them all down. So that was that encounter. Now that wasn't it was all fast and it was pretty reactive and it was scary, but for me, it was kind of cold, hard math. It wasn't as memorable to me as this next part, which isn't like guns flying anything. This one was actual like danger. The next one was scary because it was a bit of a mind screwer and it was perceived danger.
Okay.
And so the second one was worse to me, though anybody listening in or viewing this would be like, dude, the ambush is worse. I'm like, all I can tell you is, what the pucker factor was in either one of these. And the second one, though less dangerous, was certainly a bigger pucker factor because this is what happened. The next day, we wanted to go back into that AO, see exactly what had happened there. Now, that was the excuse. The real rationale was probably, hey, let's go try to get shot at again, and maybe we can kill some more bad guys. So anyone discerning of like, hey, why would you go back through the same spot? There was nothing mission critical. Why? And it's because, well, we came up with an excuse to dangle some bait out, draw some fire, and then hit them with a counter ambush that they weren't expecting. So we positioned some machine guns up on the high ground that could overlook this entire valley that we'd got ambushed in the day before. We had mortars ready and dialed in, and we had aircraft on station. So we have our counter ambush ready. All we need is bait. Now I, as a Christian, had gained, I had the respect of the dudes. I wasn't all like preachy or whatever, but everyone knew, all right, John's a Christian. And I think there was an unspoken sentiment that the Lord's going to take care of me. And I'd been in some brushes. And so anyway, I was selected as the bait. And I was actually okay with it. I'm kind of like, okay, let's do the bait thing. And I feel like I'm invincible until the Lord calls me home. And so I was actually okay with this plan. But it was a little bit nuts because I'm like, dude, we almost all died right there. And now, without any trucks and without any of my buddies, I'm going to take 2 dudes with me and we're just going to walk up that valley. Just the 3 of us. We're just going to walk up there. Broad daylight.
Okay.
So I was the bait. And so I was okay with it. So we just kind of start walking.
How are you okay with it? This is what I want to hit.
Well,
how are you altering your mindset and overcoming the fear?
I think I was a little like I wouldn't mind another fight, and I felt good. I was scared. I'm not minimizing that, but and so. And as I'm walking up this valley, I'm like, this is stupid. This is crazy, but I could do it, and I was okay with the plan. I don't know. It was scary, but I'm good with it, and so I don't know I had enough stress inoculation and I was okay. And so I'm like, I'm going to just stroll up this. So we did, me and 2 buddies. And so we had our little modified wedge, and we're just kind of pushing up the valley, making sure we got our intervals spaced out, head on a swivel. We're just taking a stroll up the valley of the shadow of death. We get way up there, and so maybe I'm 500 meters away from my gunners on top of the ridgeline. So I'm kind of like, man, can they even help me about this? And it's about this time where my radio squawks and somebody says, hey, man, you got movement from Pac Mill coming to you. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Let me back up. As I'm walking up, there's a dude, an older man, He looks like 90 years old, so he's probably like 45 in Afghan years. Like they made that climate, that culture, that does not treat the body well. These people fall apart from malnutrition and difficult search. So he starts strolling down, and so we're walking toward each other. I'm watching hands, and I'm pretty high alert, but I'm like, and my big thing is of like, as the wind is hitting his, man dress, his Haji man dress, I'm like, is there some type of bomb under there? Is this a suicide bomber? Because that makes sense. But why is this guy walking down this valley toward me in the middle of the day when everyone in this region knows what just went down here? There's no way everyone doesn't know what happened here yesterday. So this guy is dirty one way or another, whether he's direct or whether he is walking down to scout out, gather intelligence, and then report back. No question, this guy's dirty. And so I grab him up. We hold him at gun. We do a search. We maintain security. And at this point, I am letting him lean into my radio so our interpreter can speak back and forth to him. And it's at that time where somebody comes in and like, hey, you got movement on the Pac Mill border. It looks like some trucks are rolling down on your location. And I'm like, oh no. Whereas I was kind of okay with doing the walk, which is already harebrained. For me, I am way too far away to beat feet down. I'm way too far away. In this terrain, it's going to take quite a while for me to get down. And I got mountains on either side of me. I am boxed in. I am stuck in this valley. And here I've got this informant dude. So even me hiding in the bushes, if they see this guy, he's just going to be like, oh, there they are, kill him. And I got trucks rolling in, multiple trucks. And I'm like, dude, this is bad. So I ended up grabbing the guy, and me and my two dudes, my two Joes who were with me, we pushed up onto, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 meters up as much as I could get up. I didn't want to go too crazy with it, kick up a bunch of dust. And so I needed to be kind of settled quick. So the dust wasn't giving away my location by the time the trucks got to us. So I wanted to get up, get behind some type of sparse vegetation, because there was vegetation, but not a ton of it. And I got down behind that. And then I sat down behind the guy. I put him in between my legs right here. And I took out a knife. And I showed him the blade, and then I just put it up under his neck. And I even leaned out, gestured of like, shh.
Hey everybody, I'm Shawn Ryan. Click here to subscribe to the Shawn Ryan Show YouTube channel for the hottest and most compelling interviews that you will not see anywhere else. I've also made a playlist of all the previous SRS episodes, so they're easy to find. You can find that right here.